What's going on, everybody? Almost didn't even see you guys there. Well, since you're here, welcome back to another video from Type 1 Detour. And in today's episode, we have kind of a short travel day. It's only about an hour, hour and a half, so kind of short for us. So I figured today might be the perfect day to take you along with us and see what it's like on a travel day of how we set up our campsite once we actually get there. Show you what we do to get set up once we get to a campground as full-time RVers. All right, so when hooking up power, first thing you want to do is make sure you're at your site and not the neighbor's site. You want to come here, open it up, make sure everything is in the off position, which they are. We are hooking up to 50 amp, so let's go ahead and get that hooked up. Get yourself a pair of work gloves here. No reason to get these money makers all dirty. All right, so we have this Progressive Industries surge protector here. I love this one. It's not too expensive. It does what it needs to do. What we're going to do is we're going to plug it in and we're going to look for two lights here. So first, power's off, breaker's off. So plug it in. Don't hook up to your RV yet. Turn it on. We're looking for green and blue. That's what I have. We're going to turn it back off, and now we're going to hook up to the RV. This is the power cord here, but we use this 90-degree connection here, so that way when normally this would plug into your RV like this and all this tension would be here on your actual electrical cord. So this little adapter here goes in like this and then it just hangs. The gravity do its thing and it's not yanking or pulling on anything. So this twists on, you twist this into place and it's perfect. Now you see how that just kind of hangs nice and free? And we're going to come back over to here. Now we're going to flip on our power and we're going to listen for our microwave to turn on. I know you couldn't hear that, but I could. And we're just going to take our power cord here and clean it up a little bit. Make it look a little classy around here. All right, now that we got that done, I'll move this again once I'm totally done here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw some X-Chocks on and we're going to put them on the tires because this RV's already going to be rocking and moving a lot with the jacks or the jacks all the way up like that. So let's get these X-Chocks on. They're super simple. Now these tires are, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to fit this one on here because these tires are so close together because of how high off the ground they are. So I've actually never had the tires this close. I don't even think I'm going to be able to put these X-Chocks on because I don't, that's I think as far as they go. So let's see. Yeah, I can't even get an X-Chock on this side. Oh, there we go. Kind of got it in. So now we'll just get it tightened as best as we. I've actually never had that happen. I don't think I've had the jacks extended this far before, so we'll go get the other side on and see if that's a better example for you. All right, now that both of those X-Chocks are on, for us what that means now is that now Amanda can go inside, get the ACs on, and she's going to open up our living room slide because I have no reason to get to these tires anymore. So she'll open this up, that way the girls can get in there, and then she will also open up our master bedroom slide, which is right here. And now, since it's so high up, out of my way, however, she still is not going to put out the kitchen and the bunk slide because I need to get under there for water hookup and for sewer hookup. So let's have Amanda get this slide out. So before even Amanda puts those slides out, before she's ready, she's just walking around with the kids, I'm going to just go ahead and get started hooking up the sewer here. So we do have a long way to go from that sewer to here and a short one from here. We have plenty of hose. Let's get that set up. So So one of the most important products you're going to want for hooking up your sewer is this Valterra cap. So what this does is this goes on your main sewer cap, and it has a valve here. So when I twist this off, normally, you know, you'd get all kinds of water and nastiness coming out. Look at that. See? There's a blocker right there. So nothing. This is a must-have. I can continue to use these gloves, which, yes, I spray them with Lysol as soon as I'm done, but it's such a cleaner process. As soon as I open this valve, there's just going to be junk that was just kind of stuck in there just come flying out. So make sure you get this Valterra twist on cap. So because we have 2 gray, 2 black, we have 2 valves here. We use a Y connector. So you can see the Y connector right here. Basically, depending on the setup, I usually put that right at the sewer cap, but sometimes I will run a hose from there into the middle, put the Y connector there, and then run. So here I will probably just run from there, put the Y cap here, and run 2 hoses from there to here. So I'm not going to bore you with that setup process. I'll show you when it's all done. So the next fun part of the sewer puzzle is hooking up the sewer hose support. So we have ours broken into different sections instead of one long 20-footer. So let's figure that out. Another important tip is don't forget to hydrate. Sewer hose support is now set up. I use the sewer tote as a part of the support system too. So that's all set up, ready to go. So that's 30 feet of hose. I have another 10 feet in there. I travel with 40 feet. So that's 20 feet there, not fully extended. So, and a 10-footer there. So the next thing we're going to set up is our water. So first thing that we do is our water softener. And then from there, we hook up our Blue Tech R3 water filter, which is absolutely amazing. First thing we do when we hook up our water is we take some Lysol and we spray the water spigot, because actually at this campground is where I saw an old dude take his SLINKY and run it directly under the faucet to clean it out. Kind of disgusting because the spigots are right there. So anytime I hook up any of my water, I disinfect it because I just don't trust disgusting people at campgrounds. And we just run it here a little bit. Next up, it's going to be the water pressure regulator. Next up is going to be the Y splitter. Then we're just going to test it. So I'm going to turn that one off, turn this one on, make sure there's no leaks here. Once I see there's no leaks anywhere, we'll just go ahead and switch it back off. And now we're going to hook up the water filter. So like I said, we use this Blue Technology R3 water filter. It's super light. I mean, this is one-handed. I could not do this with the clear source. It's about half the size. The water flow is just as good, if not even better. It's the #1 question we get, and it's because of their patented technology. I'm not smart enough to understand how that works. So if you do have questions, you can always reach out to them, but we do have a coupon code for this, 10% off. They are amazing. So let's get it set up. We hook up one end of it here to the water softener. And so we have to put some rubber gaskets in here because this hose needs to be replaced also. But we're gonna hook this up here to the water softener. Super easy. I'm just gonna tighten it up here. And then I'm just going to run some water through it and just let it, just from the drive day, just let it trickle out. Make sure there's no leaks. and it doesn't look like we're leaking anywhere. I can hear it coming out. Good enough for me. Turn this Y splitter back off, and now we're just going to run this hose up through this feed here, and done. Okay, so now what I do is I like to turn the water back on. Okay, and what I like to do when we first get to a campground is I'm going to turn this, and I'm just going to fill up our freshwater tank a little bit, power fill tank, down, over, up, down. And the reason I like to do that is that way I know I have some fresh water in my tank in case of a water issue at the campground. You never know. We put some water in there. We don't fill it up. It's about a 90-gallon tank. I'll put maybe 20-25 gallons in there because if we don't use it, then I just got to dump it anyway. So, but I like to just run some in there just to have in there as a backup emergency case. While that is going on, I'm going to clean this area up a little bit. I'm going to just clean the hose up, and let's do a snap and you'll see it. And now it's a little more tidy. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Amanda to go put these two slides out. Amanda, what? Put those slides out, please. Please. Always say please. All right, now that all the slides are out, next thing I'm going to do is turn on our propane. So we're going to turn this on here. I do travel with it off. I know there's big opinions about that. We use this gas stop, which I highly recommend. So you got to prime it, 2, 3, fourth one for good luck. Prime it there. Now propane is ready to go. Now at this point in the process, this is going to vary depending on the campground that we are at and also how long we are staying there. So this particular campground does not allow us to put a mat out, which I don't know why. This grass is all pretty much dead anyway, but we can't put a mat out. I guess it looks like the last people that were here did, but we follow the rules. So no mat for us. If we were putting out a mat, this is now when I would go ahead and figure out with Amanda where we would want to put the mat. In this particular case, it would be right here. Now, the next thing that I would do after that is I'm going to get out the hose that I use for our black tank flush and just hook it up and set it out for when I'm going to need to do that. So let's just do that now. Okay, that part is done. I don't need it right now, so we're just going to throw it underneath the slide so it's out of the way. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put our kingpin lock on. Like, if I needed this, I probably shouldn't be staying where I'm at, but hey, just try to keep honest people honest, or keep dishonest people honest, or whatever that phrase is. We'll just throw it on there. Simple as that. She's not getting stolen now. Next up is try to take as much stuff out of the bed of the truck as we can that we might need or use. We will be here 2 weeks, so I know that we will be using our propane fire pit. So let's just reach over and grab that out. So the way we travel is we have a bike here, propane fire pit right here. Trying to do this one-handed. Particular campground, I already know because we've been here before. Our daughter is not going to ride her bike here, so I'm not even going to bother getting it out. And I also do not think I need the ladder. If I do need my ladder, I will then take the ladder out, but I'm not going to right now because a lot of other stuff to do. One final step before we go inside and do everything in there, and probably the most important for me, is hooking up STARLINK. So let's get this out of the basement. So a lot of people do their STARLINK in a lot of different ways. Some like to put it up on the roof, some like to put it on a ladder, some like to just put it out wherever. I don't like climbing up on the roof if I don't have to, especially carrying up a STARLINK. I don't like having to travel with a flagpole. So I find a spot in the grass that's going to work. So this is pretty close to my slide. If I do get neighbors here, I'll just move it. It's not that big of a deal. Also, we used to feed this in through our slide up here, but I found out very quickly that the modem in here will actually work throughout the entire house. So what we do is I just run this cable right, and I will hook it up to the modem, and the modem will sit right there, which right now it is a mess because I still need to pull all that stuff out after travel day. So let's get it hooked up. Okay, so the modem will sit right here in the basement, and the bedroom is right up there, and every other device, I mean, it's only a 40-foot RV, so it reaches throughout the whole RV. All right, now the STARLINK is set up outside. We're gonna go inside and we're gonna do everything that we need to do in our bedroom slash office area to get that set up, and see what other stuff that Amanda has to do inside there. Also, I would also at this time put out all of our chairs and things like that, but it is, I don't know if you can tell from here, but we're supposed to have some bad thunderstorms tonight. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch, so I'm not going to bother putting the chairs out just yet, but I'll film a little bit tomorrow and show you how we set up our outside area too. Pretty much everything that needs to be done outside. Like I said, there are some other things that, depending on the campground, we may need to do. Sometimes we set up our pop-up tent. I don't know if we're going to do that because I don't know where we would put it, because these are like buddy sites, and our neighbor will be facing us right here. This place does get crowded on the weekends, so there will be somebody there, but if that was something we needed to do, I would put that up as well. Also, our awning sunshades I would connect and spike into the ground. Again, don't know if I'll be able to use them because of having neighbors right here on top of us. This one I probably will put on either way. We'll see. But now we just put the truck bed cover on, and then we go inside and do what we need to do on the inside too. Oh yeah, and don't forget, we're still filling this up, so good thing I remembered. So now we're going to turn to city water, and now we're good to go inside. Okay, now on the inside, the setup is a little different. It is majority Amanda's role in here, and usually by the time I get inside, the kids have already ripped everything apart and toys everywhere, which shockingly is not the case yet. Still kind of looks like what it does on travel day, which is pretty impressive that they haven't ripped everything apart yet. So first thing Amanda does to get the room ready is put down this rug.
Hang up their decorations.
Pick up anything that fell on the floor from travel day.
The little one helps me with the rug.
Is help the right word? If you want to know a real simple, easy way to annoy Amanda, it is to just put a little bump in the rug, or just like make it crinkled or like off-centered. It will drive her insane. First things that gets turned on the inside, first is AC. Number two is this dehumidifier, especially in the summertime. This thing is running non-stop, and we're emptying it once a day.
See how clean the countertop is? I like to keep it that way.
Give it
Already,
5
what's
minutes.
this?
That was already
Okay.
from travel day. Give it 5 minutes, and this thing will be just covered. Comment below if you have some tips on how to keep these things clean. All right, so my task inside, and I do this in the morning before travel days, is the bedroom. So this is our desk that, if you haven't seen that video, I ripped out. Don't worry, that paint still is coming up, and you're getting kind of a sneak preview of our paint job. But I took out the dresser that was here. We used this desk, and I just got to take everything off of this bed, and let's just do it right. All right, as you might be able to tell, different shirt, different hat, because it's a different day. So it did rain a little bit last night, so luckily I didn't set the rest of our outside stuff up. It might rain later tonight, like throughout the night into tomorrow morning, but we're going to be hanging outside today, so I need to get our outside stuff up. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to pull out the awning shades for our awnings here, and I'm going to see if I can get them out without going into the neighbor's yard. So let's open up the basement, let's get them out, and let's put them on. They're super simple to put on. Once you attach the first part that goes onto the actual awning and stays there and rolls up, when you want to attach them every time, you just connect the zipper and zip it across. And then what I'll do is once I stake it into the ground at night, or when it's time to put in the awnings, I'll just unzip it, fold it up, and just let it lay there. The bigger one's going to be a little bit more work because I either need a ladder or I need to step on something. That's simple. All right, so next up, now we're just going to stake all these down. Okay, now that part is done. So we have our awning shades up. If we need to take them down, we just unzip them. I put them a little kind of close to our RV because these are buddy sites, and if somebody comes, I don't want to be all the way out in their site. So I put them right here. There's plenty of space for us. I hate that this campground has this random water in this because the water's over there. But it is what it is. So next up is we'll get the chairs out. Chairs are out. Next up is going to be our folding table that we use primarily for crafts, Play-Doh. We don't really eat off of it, the kids do, but let's get that set up. Now we usually keep this table over here by this slide, because at night what I will do is I will just slide it right underneath that slide, keep it out of any overnight rain, bad weather, whatever. Now we have our outdoor area set up. Our Glamp Life rug and mats would usually go right here. Our pop-up clam tent, which we still might actually put up, I might actually put it up right here. It's going to depend on whether or not we get neighbors today. It's a Saturday, so we'll see. Final thing really for me to do is to just get out a tote of toys, and that's just what the girls play with. So that is pretty much everything we do to get our campsite set up when we get to a new campground. As I stated, it varies from campground to campground, how much space we have, how many days we're going to be there, what the weather's going to be like, but this is what it is. So if any of these products that we use have interested you, they'll all be linked down below. If this video has helped you whatsoever, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now as well, and we'll see you on the next one.